Once puberty hit for me, and I realized that my package, this was my pretty happy man who loved me opportunity, I became promiscuous. I was using my body and, ultimately my desire for relationship, romance, obsession. It was all enveloped together, but sexual addiction primarily. You know, it was breast augmentation, Botox, all of the things that culture says that you need more. Do more, try harder, that type of message. And I was doing more and trying harder. I mean, physically fit, working out 3 to 5 times a week, doing everything I could to make the body look good. And there's aspects of that there's nothing wrong with being all that you can be. My motivations were askew. I was looking for my needs to be met through others, that validation through others, and would use every tool to do so. To me, seduction is intently using somebody else's lust. Because I am counting on their appetite, and I am using bait to lure them. I had 6, 7, 8 partners before I got married at 17. I had an abortion at 16. I was very promiscuous, looking for that man who had loved me. And the first one who said, "I love you, marry me," I did. My spirituality as a child growing up was very laden with judgment, legalism. It was a Christian home, alcoholic Christian home, so we went to church on Sunday, vacation Bible school, all that good stuff. Life was one way during that hour, during the week, and another, typically totally different during the other part of the week. When I started taking matters into my own hand, my own life, I walked away from the Lord after marriage. I didn't attend church. I only asked the question to my husband, "Do you believe in God?" And he said yes, and that was it. I remember my first awareness that my husband, or about to be husband, had a pornography, that he viewed pornography. And I had a moment, and it was instantaneous. Can't beat 'em, join 'em. I was so afraid of losing my Prince Charming. So my can't beat 'em, join 'em had me use all those tools to be every woman, and I would be enough, and you won't need that. So in the background was this constant message of my competing with every woman that I saw. For me, it was an incredibly vicious cycle. It wasn't lovemaking. It was the biological act of sex. And at a point in the marriage, we were married 20 years before it totally fell apart. The devastation, that I couldn't hide it anymore, and I had to face this lion. Things had to change, actually, after the divorce. The kids and I started life as a single mother. I started attending a church and rededicated my life. I realized that I was headed down the same road. I was using the same tools, and I was going to get the same result. And I didn't know how to do anything different. I'd rededicated my life to Christ there at the church, and knew that I wanted to walk this road, and it just became ultimately clear. You got to give me your sex life. And I remember saying to the Lord, "Well, you can have it, because it certainly isn't working for me anyway, but I don't know how to live without it." And it was the beginning of a peeling process that was deep. and took many, many, many years. Many years. One of the first things that happened, very foreign to me, were female friends. The church that I attended and rededicated my life, there were 3 women who dared to ask my story. I went to a women's retreat, and 4 hours later they went, wow. And they were the first that I trusted. Up until that point, remember, because of the pornography, I saw every woman as competition. There were no women friends in my life, no female friends. My personal Jesus rescues me and vindicates me from the messages that constantly try to beat me back down and to make me measure up to this world standard. My Jesus tells me that I don't have to do any of that, that I am perfectly blameless in His sight, as messed up as I think that I am. My personal Jesus, seriously, on a daily basis, vindicates me from that 24/7 accusation to do more and try harder. And He goes, no, just abide with me, I got this. And I have to believe Him for that. Every day, moment by moment. Sometimes I have to slow down to remember that, but He's gentle and kind. God intended it to be intense and intensely enjoyed by the design that He made it. And I truly believe, I ultimately believe, when there are no secrets between us and God, no secrets between us and our spouse, that the Spirit of God is in that. And it is a union and a feeling that cannot be described. Knowing the power that is in the sacred act of sex. When we divert for selfish gain something that's designed for selflessness, the serving and loving of another, when we take that and change it into a selfish, I'm going to consume and you're there for my appetite, there is no end to the depravity. Just Saturday, I was speaking to a young woman whose marriage is looming in divorce because of sexual addiction. And very lost and alone. And I want to leave hope with anybody watching this video as I left hope with her. You cannot do it alone. I've come to appreciate a very simple statement. I teach what I learn. And so the purpose to the pain is we don't have to stay stuck. We share what we have learned, and it is a light to somebody else to give them hope to come up out of the darkness too.